Terrifying encounter. A suspect accused of impersonating a police officer before sexually assaulting someone in their home. The warning tonight from police as the suspect remains on the run.
Folks, this was a baby. She was a baby, and this man violated her in a way that people shouldn't have to think about.
Plus, shocking details laid out in court as a man learns his fate for the murder of a 3-year-old girl. And former Governor Andrew Cuomo testifies before Congress. Tense exchanges as House Republican lawmakers put him to task for his pandemic policies.
CBS 6 News starts now.
First tonight at 5, Schenectady School District responding to reports of a fight and a student with a gun. The district tells CBS 6 there were no weapons found, but there were several fights that broke out during lunchtime. Schenectady police officers stationed on campus responded and some additional officers were called in. There was no lockdown, but rather a hold in place, meaning everyone stayed put until the situation was resolved. No one was hurt. And CBS 6 working to get details on an incident on I-90 this afternoon. This camera showing exit 4, the Central Avenue overpass in the westbound lanes. You can see 2 yellow school buses on the shoulder there. It's unclear what district these buses are, and we do not know whether there were students on board. We can tell both of the buses are gone at this time. Stay with us for updates. Now to a disturbing case out of Albany. Albany police searching for a man that they say impersonated a police officer while forcing his way into a woman's home to sexually assault her. It happened in the 500 block of Mercer Street. That's where the victim told police a man dressed in all black knocked on her door late Monday night, announcing himself as an Albany police officer. But the woman says when she opened the door, that man forced his way inside, sexually assaulted her, and cut her face with a knife before taking off. Albany police providing safety tips to the community tonight in hopes of preventing this from happening to anyone else.
Look out a peephole if you can, or a window, and if you're able to just talk through the door to them, asking them, who they are, why they are there. If you haven't called the police, it's okay to call one of our stations or even our 438-4000 number to ask if there is a call at your residence to make sure and verify that the police are in fact there. Anybody from the Albany Police Department that is knocking on your door and identifying as an Albany police officer are going to have a uniform on with their badge.
The search for the suspect is ongoing. If you know anything, contact police. 3 teenagers facing charges after leading police on a chase in a stolen Mercedes-Benz. That's according to Albany police. They say the teens ages 16, 18, and 19 were spotted in the stolen vehicle near Catherine Street. That's where they say one of the teens got out of the car with a loaded gun. But once officers began approaching the car, they say that teen hopped back inside and the group took off, leading officers on a chase down Washington Avenue, hitting multiple cars, ditching the loaded handgun, and crashing into a utility pole in Tivoli Park before being arrested. Police say the unidentified 16-year-old who was the driver, as well as 18-year-old Malachi Anon and 19-year-old Naquaviar Wright are facing several charges, including criminal possession of a weapon and criminal possession of stolen property.
16, 18, and 19, they're all fairly young to be committing, such a dangerous crime, any crime for that matter. I think it, could stem from some home environment stuff, lack of activities, lack of positive role models. If any of these, young juveniles are looking for, positive role models, I mean, we're willing to help them out. But it takes more than just the police.
Police also say just last week, Anon, the 18-year-old suspect, you can see him there, was arrested in connection to a robbery where he used a BB gun. That taking place just a few days before he was arrested with the loaded gun in this incident. He's now being held without bail. A man from Rensselaer County will spend the rest of his life behind bars for the murder of a 3-year-old child. Robert Fisher learning his fate this morning. In that sentencing, new details emerging from that horrific day. Some of those details too graphic to share. CBS 6's Emma Quinn reports.
You are.
Tonight, former Governor Cuomo offering public testimony and butting heads with some congressional Republicans as those lawmakers accuse him of playing a major role in a state directive blamed for thousands of deaths in nursing homes during the pandemic. CBS 6's Tom Eschen in D.C. tonight covering this highly anticipated hearing. Interesting new details released in the opening statements in the trial of the United States government against 3 Rensselaer County officials. The trio accused and charged with casting false and illegal ballots in the 2021 election. CBS 6's Khaki is live in Albany and joins us now after spending all day in court. Ashley, thank you. Next here at 5, startling claims about migrants in one Ohio community. New York Governor Kathy Hochul reacting as officials set the record straight on accusations from Republican lawmakers.
Donald Trump and Kamala Harris getting ready for their main event bout in Philly. I'm Matt Gelka in Philadelphia with a preview of the big debate coming up.
But sunshine out there everywhere.
We're just hours away from the highly anticipated debate tonight between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. National correspondent Matt Gelka is in Philadelphia with a preview of tonight's event. Authorities in Springfield, Ohio, refuting claims from Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance, among others, that Haitian immigrants are killing and eating people's pets. References to those claims are going viral on X, including posts from Vance, the House Judiciary GOP, Senator Ted Cruz, and even ex-owner Elon Musk. Police in Springfield say there are no credible reports or specific claims of Haitian immigrants eating cats, ducks, or geese. The original claim may have come from a Facebook post in a local neighborhood group suggesting a lost cat was found hanging from a tree near a Haitian neighbor's house. There's also body cam footage of an arrest where a woman is accused of killing and eating a cat, but it happened more than 170 miles away, and the woman is not a migrant. Governor Hochul reacting to the claim, saying she's outraged by the bigoted attacks from those seeking our nation's highest office, and that New York is home to one of the largest Haitian American populations in the country. They're part of, quote, our New York family.
There's quite a string of days, Amani, coming up.
That's right, 80s. I love to hear it, Steve. Thank you. Sports is next. Stick with us.
See Titans, Amani.
AJ, thank you. JT joins me next at 5:30 with the story you'll see only on 6. A business owner tells us about a back and forth she's having with the state that could hurt her business down the road. And an exclusive power and politics conversation. Our Tom Eschen sitting down with a top member of President Biden's cabinet.
CBS 6 News starts now.
First at 5:30, your top stories and weather headlines. Here's what you need to know.
Albany police searching for a man accused of breaking into a woman's home and sexually assaulting her at knife point. They say the suspect told the victim he was an Albany police officer in order to gain entry to her home. Anyone with information can contact Albany police.
A Rensselaer County man will spend the rest of his life behind bars for the unthinkable murder of a 3-year-old child. Robert Fisher was sentenced to 20 years to life behind bars after pleading guilty to drugging, raping, and killing the toddler.
Later tonight, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump facing off in their first live debate. There will be no live audience. The candidates will have no notes, and microphones will be muted when the other candidate is answering. In-depth coverage on all of these stories online. Just head to cbs6albany.com. Tonight, a Rensselaer County woman says a back and forth with the state could slow down her paving business.
And she's talking only to CBS 6 about her ongoing saga to get recertified as a woman-owned business. Kathleen Trong founded the Asphalt Doctor in 1990.
The biggest manhunt the area had ever seen is the subject of tonight's Rewind. Here's Liz Bishop. Liz.
Imani, we've reported in the past on vicious killers who have struck.
Still to come at 5:30.
New regulations requiring all mammography facilities in the U.S. to notify patients of their level of breast density.
In tonight's Spotlight on America, we take a look at why advocates are saying that this information could potentially save lives.
Plus, the first of its kind program. The state is working to help add new police officers. How this program lets these officers earn while they learn.
Starting today, all women will have access to what could be life-saving information about their health.
A new FDA requirement mandates that women receive information about their breast density on their mammogram report. Breast density is a risk factor for cancer and can mask tumors on a mammogram.
As national investigative correspondent Lisa Fletcher reports, behind the mandates are new pushes to provide additional screening for women who need it.
It was Friday morning is when I got the call. And for the rest of that day, it was like living in a Salvador Dali painting. Everything was just so surreal, or getting pushed through the looking glass. There was nothing that made sense to me anymore.
Be a big factor.
All right, Steve, thanks very much. Coming up at 6 tonight on CBS 6.
Opening statements made in a voter trial involving 3 Rensselaer County officials. These shocking details revealed in court.
And former Governor Andrew Cuomo in the hot seat today. The tense exchanges between him and House Republicans. He's working to help add new police officers to the streets right here in the Capital Region.
CBS 6's Sean Kavanaugh shows us how this new apprenticeship program will work.
One Nation.
Police in Nebraska have a suspect in custody after a student was shot at an Omaha high school today. The 15-year-old victim, hospitalized, is in critical condition.
The suspect is also believed to be a student. Now, police said there was no remaining threat to the community. It appears to have been an isolated incident between the 2 students. After the shooting, the school went on lockdown for an hour. The lockdown was lifted and students were released, room by room. Emma Quinn is up next, and still to come tonight.
Students in upstate New York not letting up on their summer education. How a nonprofit is teaching high schoolers leadership skills. All right, thank you guys.